I know we need beef in this country, we absolutely do, but with prices this nuts, we don't need to buy it right now. It's just like when the pandemic hit and everybody had to have a new car, and new car prices soared, housing prices soared, now cattle prices have soared. Wait until the right time, guys, wait until the right time. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. It's a gorgeous day here on the farm. The grass has started to turn green, and then a cold snap. So we're dealing with a cold snap here on the farm. Temperatures got up to almost 87 degrees the other day, and last night they were down to 22 degrees. This wreaks havoc on the farm, total havoc. So I should be moving the cows across. You can see these green pastures over here. We're gonna take a ride over and take a look at them. We gotta go feed the cows, and we're gonna show you the current pasture that they're in and show you what this cold snap did. All of my fruit trees took a huge hit. It's horrible. So let's get down to business, have a little bit of fun here on the farm, and show you guys what the plan is. I am almost out of hay. I might have to buy another load of hay. That's thousands of dollars that this cold snap has costed the farm. Whew. So here's an example of what's going on with our fruit trees. So you can see these little guys. This one hasn't been planted yet. And you can see this is a plum tree, I believe, and we're getting some little buds on there. This is also a plum tree. It got roasted by the cold. Look at that. That's just absolutely horrible. These buds that are freezing like this, these flowers that are freezing like this, will not produce fruit. It's a bad thing. Also, everything started to bud out. So our dogwoods have started to bud out. This is called an eastern red bud. It's budded out. All of my plum trees that are down here by the garden have bloomed, and they all froze. So will I get any fruit this year? I have no idea. The blackberries are starting to bloom out too and blossom, and they froze. What that means is it's not good for nature, it's not good for the farm, it's not good for the cows, and it's not good for the grass. So let's take the Honda and we're gonna run over and feed the cows real quick. I'm still rolling out one bale of hay, around about every 18 hours. So they'll get one today and two tomorrow, one the next day, two the next day. And I only have, well, I'll take you over and show you. I don't have very much left. Contact. Rocks. That. Look at this big chunk of glass that I just found just sticking up in the yard. Every day is a tire punching hazard. That was weird. So while we're driving, you guys can see everything is kind of in bloom, but kind of not. These cold snaps like this really hurt the farm in so many ways. All of the plants down on the creek are starting to bloom, and they just got roasted. It's not good. What this does, 2 nights of freezing cold weather sets us back nearly 2 weeks on grazing the land over here on the other side. Now I'm gonna unroll this hay bale out to the cows real quick, and then we'll show you guys how it all works. I got some erosion problems going on here too. I got a creek that's trying to run out of its banks and wash my road away. So I'm putting rocks in here to keep it from undermining. You can see it's starting to take away the road right here. If I don't put these rocks in, it's just gonna undermine the road and make a mess. And we got no shortage of rocks on the Stoney Ridge farm. Morning, kids. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh, I just regeneratively farmed my shoe. Guys, I'm gonna unroll this hay in just a second.
Hey, you subscribe, hit that bell, get the notifications. Woo!
So we got a hay bale rolled out to the cows. That's called a Greg Judy bale unroller. It's a Honda Foreman 500. I've had that thing since 2017. It's been sitting outside since 2017. It's 2026. That's 9 years. It's okay. Don't fuss at me for it. I can't keep every piece of equipment in a shed. I just can't do it. I should, however, be keeping my sawmill in the shed, and I'm not doing that, and you'll see a future video on the sawmill. We've got troubles. So the cows are consuming this hay, and you can see from some of the drone shots here that we are unrolling hay on places here on the farm that need more nutrient. This pasture is the pasture with the least nutrient in the soil, and what we're doing is putting thousands of manure pats out for these cows. So they eat the hay, and that turns that hay into this beautiful butt fertilizer that feeds our land. We've got a field here that's somewhere in the neighborhood of about 14 to 16 acres, something like that. There's about, I'm gonna say 25 total acres fenced in, maybe 30 total acres fenced in for the cows right here, but a lot of it is forested. There will be a future pond built right here. Stay tuned, hope you're subscribed to the channel. So these guys and gals will gobble up the food, and this is what you call a cow-calf operation. I think this is Butthead, my girlfriend. She hasn't been very friendly since she had her baby. We've got 11 new babies on the ground right now, which is really cool. Guys, cattle prices are through the roof. In my humble opinion, is not the time to get in the cattle business. If you want to buy cows, these young calves, for $2,000 a piece, go do it, but you're gonna go broke trying to do it. This is not the time to buy into the cattle industry, and I'm gonna get some comments down there. I know we need beef in this country, we absolutely do, but with prices this nuts, we don't need to buy it right now. It's just like when the pandemic hit and everybody had to have a new car, and new car prices soared, housing prices soared, now cattle prices have soared. Wait until the right time, guys, wait until the right time. You used to be able to buy a cow with a calf for 12 or 1400 bucks. Now, just a calf like this little calf right here is just about ready to be weaned. It's close to $2 grand. No way. Sit tight. things should change, okay? I know I've got a lot of people that ask me all the time in the channel, when should I get in the cow business? We just bought 40 acres. We're gonna get, 19 cows. Bad time. Just think about it. Maybe get into sheep, maybe get into raising chickens, maybe build your soil a little bit, but it's not the right time to get in the cattle industry. I'm just being honest with you. It is not. You don't want to spend, it's like buying a new truck for 110,000 bucks when you can go buy one for 35,000 and get the same thing done. So anyway, that's my spiel. But these are our babies, and they will prove to be profitable here on the Stoney Ridge Farm. Every year, I buy either 200 or 150 bales. This year, I bought 150. I had enough winter stockpile forage for the cows to graze and only utilize 150 bales. I might be not so happy about that decision at this point because I'm running out of hay. So let's ride on over, and we're gonna hook up to another hay bale, and this will be tomorrow morning's hay bale. We're gonna take a look at the grass, and it should be almost knee-high, and it's not because of this cold snap. I'm gonna show you what the cold did. It nipped most of the grass, and it killed a lot of the legumes that sprouted up. So it's important to know this stuff. If you're getting into the cattle business, you gotta be super flexible. Get ready for your gate closing pro tip of the day. Every gate on the farm has a lock. Why? Cows can't pick the lock, but a neighborhood kid could come down here, think he's having fun, do a little prank, open the gate, and the next thing you know, you're in deep trouble. All the cows are out, and they're running around in the road because that's where they want to play, just like the deer. Well, here's your gate closing ology lesson. Run your chain around your gate, drop it in right here, okay? And drop your chain behind that. Now, why we do that? Because if something gets a hold of this and pulls up on it, like a cow or an animal, a wild animal, whatever, it's gonna lock it down in there. If it's just draped over and just hanging, something could easily shake it loose and pull it right out. Now, these are pretty tight gates, but it's best to have that safety practice. Teach that to your kids, man. Teach that to your kids, to your wife, to your husband, to your uncle, to your daddy, to your grandma. All right. So we're here at the gate. This is the gate where the cows will come out. They've worked their way through the farm. So in November, they were right over here. They worked their way all the way up behind the house, grazed up there. I fed 100-ish bales. Well, I fed 70 bales up there behind the house. They hopscotched around. To this side, I fed 110 bales over there. Now I'm feeding the last of the hay on this section right here. I'm concentrating my manure in various places every single year, and I'm concentrating my hay unrolling. Let's think about this hay unrolling. Why are you wasting hay, Josh? You're unrolling hay for no reason and wasting it. I'm not wasting it. Inside each hay bale is a seed bank that helps feed my land. What the cows don't eat provides ground cover, holds moisture to the soil, and feeds the soil. So all that grass seed that's sprinkled down on the ground, that's got a blanket of hay on top of it, manure, and it's been hoofed into the ground, that's saving me. It's saving me a ton. Go to your local feed store and check out how much a daggone bag of grass seed is. It's insane. Each hay bale probably contains about 1/4 of a bale or bag of grass. So 15 pounds of grass seed. That's pretty good. Grass seed, that is. So when we get ready to move the cows, which is gonna be in the next probably 4 days, we're gonna open this gate and I'm gonna fence this roadway in, and they're gonna run right across into that gate. And that's where we're gonna drive here in a second. So they're gonna run across the road here, right into this section of pasture. This section of pasture is the one that's stunted right now because of all this stinking cold weather. Let's go over here and check it out. Do you see what I see? Clover roasted. All these little clover leaves roasted by the cold. Totally roasted. the cool season grasses have done okay, but the clover, the legumes, not so good. The clover is what's fixing nitrogen to the soil. When I build soil here on the Stoney Ridge farm, what I get is a flash of clover first. The clover is fixing nitrogen. So if your soil is devoid of nitrogen, sometimes what I've seen is that, and this is in North Carolina, so north central North Carolina, probably applies all the way out to Missouri, wherever you want to think about it. What I'm seeing is the clover comes in on these bare spots first, okay? It helps fix the nitrogen, and then down within the clover, we start getting some good grass, like this fescue grass here, and then this whole field will green up. Before this cold snap, this entire field was really showing some progress, and the clover was almost this high. The grasses were almost as high as my hand. And what I wanted to do is move the cows over here in this section of pasture as soon as the grass got pretty much up to about right there. So we're looking for about 12 inches. When we bring the cows through, we only let them nip the tops out. So if you want to stunt your grass in the springtime, bring your cows in to short grass like this and let them graze it down to about that. You'll struggle with that stinking stuff all year long. You will struggle with it during the dry times, which is June, July, August. You'll struggle with it in the fall. You can't let your cows or your animals, I don't care if it's sheep, livestock, goats, whatever it is, you can't let them eat it all the way down to the nub that's this high. If they do that, it's going to stunt your grass and you're not going to get a good recovery. So our whole goal here is to supplement with hay up on this brown looking ridge right here so that the green stuff over here has time to get greener and recover. That's what it's all about. And it's really working, guys. It is really, really working. So we've got a few plants out here. We've got some wild garlic. That's what these are. People call them wild onions, but let's see if I can pull one up here. I'm an onion farmer too, evidently. They don't want to come up. These have a little bulb on them. This is it. It's like chives. Looks like chives. That is not wild onion. That's wild garlic. Wild garlic, wild onion. That's signifying to you that you've got pretty decent soil health. The next thing you see is this clover, and this is a medium ladino clover. It's a white top clover, and what you're seeing with that clover is that the soil is devoid of nitrogen, and it's trying to fix itself. So every weed on your farm or every plant on your farm is telling you something. You gotta listen to it. Right here, what do we got? Dandelion, right? Chickens love dandelions, love them, and so does Farmer Josh. Sometimes that one's full of pollen. Dandelion. A lot of times dandelion's an indicator of low iron in your soil. So think about that. The weeds on your farm, I say weeds, but the weeds on your farm, anything other than the grass, is telling you something. We also have a lot of broom sedge. Here's some broom sedge right here. Right there. Right there. That's broom sedge. That's broom sedge. Everywhere where you see brown, way out there, that's all broom sedge. That's an indicator of a acidic soil. Our pH is about 4, so it's a low pH. We want our pH to be about 6, 6.2. As we count hay bales up here, we've got 9 bales left. So 2 for tomorrow, 1 for the next day, 2 for the next day, 1 for the next day. So we really only have somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 days worth of hay left on the farm. I think I'm gonna have to call my hay guy. I could bring the cows in, but I could only keep them in this pasture for 1 day. That's it. If I put them in any longer than 1 day, maybe 2 days, then they're gonna have a problem. One more thing, you cannot take your cows off of hay and put them directly on green grass, especially your younger cows or your younger calves. When you do that, it's going to put them into shock. It's going to shock that rumen that's inside their belly, okay? And they're going to get the scours. The scours aren't so bad. They'll go away. It's called a wet butt. Cows get a wet butt. A wet butt meaning the animal has scours and it's got wet manure on its hind parts. When you get scours like that, you've got to have some roughage to stop it. So we have to introduce them to this, but we still, as we introduce them, we still have to roll hay out so they can get a little bit of green, probably 30% greenage, and then the rest of it will be hay. 30% greenage, the rest of it will be hay, and we'll slowly wean them off the hay to all green grass. Well, that's what's going on today. I gotta go hook up to the next bale, and I gotta call my hay man. I'm just, along with you guys today, thinking about this. I've got to take care of it. I've got to go ahead and order some more hay, so it's fun. And guess what? The pasture sanitizers are here to come check us out. Good stuff. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. This is the pasture sanitation crew. They scratch through the manure, spread it out for us, and feed the soil with that good butt fertilizer. Right, kids? See y'all next time on the Stoney Ridge. Woo! What you doing, big boy? What are you doing? Hey, guys. King of the hill. Ruling the roost, aren't you, big boy? Help me! Help me! Chicken attack, help me! Oh, I just regeneratively farmed my shoe. Drop you in the turd. I drop you in the duty pile. Giddy up, rawhide. Giddy up, rawhide. Rawhide. I go outside, but it's too cold, isn't it? This is Oliver. Say hey. God, his breath stinks. Y'all come back now. You hear?